All right, so since we've now talked about the mean, let's look at the median, which is, again, another measure of center. So our median, it says the median is a value in the middle of a data set, such that exactly half of all observations are less than the median, and half of all observations are greater than the median. A sample median is denoted with the symbol M. Steps for finding the median by hand are as follows. So the first step is to order the list from smallest to largest. Second is to find the position of the median using the formula, so n plus 1 divided by 2. So however many you have plus 1 divided by 2, that should be the position of the median. So it says using the exam score data that we used previously, let's find the median score exam. So the first thing that we have to do is organize the data in order. So let's just go through, right? So we'll go through and list them. So it looks like 65, and I like to cross them out as I go. 68, and then I have 70. Let's see, 72. I have a couple of those. So I have two 72s and two. I have, oh, nope, I have one more, 72. I have a 74, two of those. I have a 75. I have the 78. I have the 82. The 87. 90, and I'm running out of room, and then the 96, right? So I have all my pieces of data lined up. Okay, so we know from a gun, if I count them out, I should have 15, right? So I have 15 plus 1, right, divided by 2. So I should be looking at the 8th position. So I count from 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that first 74, that would be my median, right? So it would be 74. Okay, so let me see, median. All right, so it says, let's recalculate the median without the exam score of 19. And what does this tell you about the median as a measure of center? So I'm not going to rewrite my list out since I have it above, but let's just think about this. So if I have 14 pieces of data, right, plus 1 divided by 2, I'd have 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. So I don't really have a true middle number here. So I'm going to have two middle values, and I'll have to average them together. And this is always when you have an even number, you won't have a true middle number in our case. So if I I'll scratch out sort of the 19 for that minute, and I look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So this is my 7, and then this is sort of 7 from both, because I'm trying to look, right, trying to sort of find the one in the middle. So I'm going to take the 74 plus the 74, so my two sort of middle numbers, divide that by 2, and I actually should still get a median of 74. So it asks, what does this tell you about the median as a measure of center? So if we recall in our last example, let me scroll up here, right? We said the mean is not a resistant measure of center because that outlier influences it. However, with the median, since it's position, the median is a resistant measure of center, right? So mean is not a resistant measure. The median is a resistant measure. So the median is a resistant measure of center. So an outlier really won't affect the median since it's more just based on position. We're not really including that outlier in the data as we did sort of with the mean. All right, so our last measure of center is the mode. The mode is the most frequently occurring value in a data set. It is most useful for measuring center on qualitative data sets where the mean and the median cannot be used. The following brief examples will help you better understand the mode. So we could have a data set that has no mode if all observations occur exactly once in the data set. So let's consider the data set red, yellow, white, green, blue, purple. So all of the colors only appear once, so we would say there is no mode. You could say that a data set can have multiple modes if multiple observations are the most frequently occurring. So let's consider, right, we had red, yellow, white, red, and pink. So in this case, white and red appear twice, right? Both of them occur twice, and so we would have two modes, red and white in this case. We do have to be careful though, right? It says a data set can have a mode of 0 if 0 is the most frequently occurring value in the data set. So let's consider our data set. We have 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 10, 13, 19. And so we say there is one mode and it would be 0. So 0 does not mean no mode. It actually means that 0 is the mode. So you do have to be careful in how you write that. So let's look at example 3, right? Using the exam score data set, we want to find the mode. So we know, if you recall from the previous pieces of data that we used, right? 74 occurs, right, twice, but 72 occurs 3 times. So my mode for the exam scores would be 72.